nigga. Huh? First lady of melanation. Yelly, we up in this bitch. Capricorn and Cancer. See? Capricorn and Cancer. The heat. Huh? Man, a northerner don't think like a westerner, man. They ain't got the same struggles we had. They had to fight and kill and steal and enslave to get in the position they was in. We was born divine and empowered in God's jewels. I'm gonna say that and get out of that because I don't want to just expound on one thing. But nigga, I found the Northpole by disrespect. Every time they disrespect this sun, I'm gonna bust them. Every time they disrespect a moon. Every time they disrespect the sole proprietor of this motherfucker. Every time they do it, I'm gonna bust them. All you gotta do is look for the disrespect. That's how you can reverse it. That's how you hashtag reverse that shit. See? All you gotta do, all my hashtag meant something. Hashtag poo. I heard my nigga say the origin. Yeah, the point of origin. Once you find the point of origin, you can see where a motherfucker came in that pitch at and where you gonna send his ass out the pitch at and where you still lingering in line at. Nigga, this your point of origin right here, nigga. But everybody's point of origin is the sun. See? That's the source. So once they disrespect the source, it's so easy for me to hashtag reverse what they done put in play with all these little circles. They got to play with circles because you taught it to them. The circle gonna always represent that sun. And the earth fits inside that circle. Even though that sun is traveling, it's got a long that it travels. Everything in the heavens moving. Even the star they tell you they don't move. It's not a circle, it's just got a smaller circumference that it circles, but it moves too. And see what everybody trying to center and focus on is putting an X on that spot. But it ain't stationary, but we navigate the waters, the flat waters, to that star. And it wasn't called North. Anytime you hear North, it's disrespect. You niggas ain't found Santa Claus yet, man. Ain't gonna find him. Just like you ain't gonna find this pole, this magnetic rock with this water poles rejuvenated in the center of the water. You ain't gonna never find it because the northerners are making this shit up off the knowledge they took and gained from you. Now they gonna recreate the world and start a new world structure. They gonna start a new world structure up under acts of violence and a whole lot of sinning. And just like my nigga roll that corn, say they can't live up to what they have taken. They took your moral, your code of conduct. They took your code of conduct and trying to claim your code of conduct, your ethics, your morals, your values, your commandments. They can't live up to it. The things they doing to get in power disrespect the moral conduct, the code of conduct that we have already put in place. So now they got to find out a way to wash their sins away and then perpetrate from the infiltration they done, the war and the killing and stealing and killing and raping and destroying and all this shit they done, this sinful shit. Now they got to find out a way to wash all their sins away with one sacrifice. You are not the center at this point. Not center, but sinner. You ain't sin, you been sinned against. That's why they had to force you to forgive those who trespass upon you. Remember, it was forgive those who trespass, and we forgive those who trespass upon the other. You them trespass upon your land. They want the land because they don't have no land. Because they see what the land do. The land is paradise. The land producing fruit and knowledge. The apple, man, this shit crazy. As an AI text model, I cannot directly generate and display image files, but the original Earth cross symbol, also known as the Sun cross, the Earth cross is also known as the Sun cross. See, everything they do, I'm going to be able to track it back to the source. Everything, I don't give a fuck what it is, I'm going to be able to trace it back and run it back to the true source of all this shit. And every time they get out of bounds and disrespect it, I'm going to be able to bust their ass up. It's just simple as that, because I'm fucking with the source. The earth is a powerful source that produces resources, but the source of the source that gives the earth the light, everything come through the light. The radiation of them concentric rings coming from behind that sun is the life. Y'all gonna get this shit before I get through. Cause you fucking with the source. Why the fuck you got that? You got the source of everything, bro. Anything they writing outside of it is disrespect. Oh, the universe was here first. And it was other universes and billions of other suns and galaxies and shit. Bitch, you disrespectful. Oh, I'm the one. I'm the only one. I'm the perfect light. I'm the perfect light. The sun. So the earth cross is also known. I'm going to show you where the X come in. I just showed y'all this shit. I'm going to show y'all where the X come in at, though. But I found the pole. This going to be a hell of a lot. I'm going to be on this bitch for a minute. I'm going to stop this bitch, come back, all kind of shit, because my screenshots all over the place. I've been goddamn riding, y'all. What this shit say? This shit said also known as the sun cross, the astronomical earth symbol. So this is the symbol of the earth. When you go past the church and you look at that one and you see that right there in the middle, they got that circle with that cross. That's what they got in the wonders of all the churches right now. You looking at it. It's been erected. This the earth. The earth is flat. This how they make the earth not be flat right here. This the start of the disrespect right here, bro. When they lift this cross up. You got the circle with the dot. The dot represents the all-seeing eye, the seat of the souls. This Amun, this that black, that's that eye. From that eye to the end of that circumference, you get a radius. What that name? A radius? A raw. That's what you get raw. The radius. That's the radius of the circle. You studying the sun, bro. And now you're gonna start studying the path of the sun. You're gonna study life. If you want to know where life come from or what the fuck you studying life, you got to start studying life by studying life. Then you sustain yourself on the earth by eating life. Life sustain life. Nigga want killing shit and eating shit, man. That shit ain't a part of our culture for real. That shit just been accepted over the years. Nigga ain't killing shit to eat shit. Nigga, you eating dead shit. Shit won't even sit on your stomach right. Your full potential been fucked with. You see what I'm saying? It's a visual representation as the sun equilateral cross inside a circle. Equilateral cross. So this week will be what they will make the equator, nigga. Y'all better peep this shit inside the circle. Or as globe crucial. The main thing they trying to do, they trying to say that it's some magnetism that's causing, they trying to make a pivot point. They making a pivot point. This, I'm showing y'all the creation of the globe and how fake it is. So they trying to make a pivot point towards the center. They want that to line up with what they call the North Star. No, North, you already fucking up. The North don't get no shine. God already said that. He ain't said it through linguistics. He showed, he don't give them no shine. They in the mountains, and it shows y'all this shit now. So you take that vertical line, and this is how you separate west from east. Ain't but two sections. You don't have the cardinal four directions yet. You only have east and west. So this line, this line that they talking about here, this equilateral line that will eventually become the fake ass equator once they lift and erect this cross off the ground, lift the earth up off the ground. You're gonna let these motherfuckers pull this cross up and lift the fucking ground up and said the water is surrounding all the lands and turning into a spherical ball. Y'all niggas out y'all mind, bro. Y'all niggas out y'all mind, bro. Cause this what they did, bro. This how they created it. This how they created the globe. I done told y'all the first steps, and I'm showing y'all what the fuck they did next. When you draw that horizontal line going across that motherfucker, then it become what? 4 sections. And then that's when X will mark the spot. See, there'll be your 8s. There'll be 8 pieces and complete your pie there. See, you're gonna go from east to west. You're gonna go from the right side of this circle all the way across the center and go all the way over to the west. And now you got 4 sections. And now that make northwest, Canada, all that shit, all that northwest. And down here in the right-hand corner, that's the left-hand top-hand corner. And at the bottom, that's gonna be Africa section. That was gonna make that motherfucker south. It's gonna make it southeast. See? And then you take another line and come from northeast over down to the southwest. From east to west. That's how you gonna mark your X. That's how you gonna get your X. But in the meantime, when they stand this bitch up, they gotta make 2 more. They gotta make 2 more. they give them the opportunity to make it a sphere. And now they gonna make 2 poles. Now this is where they gonna create this pole at once they lift the earth up off the ground. When they lift the earth cross up off the ground. But first thing they did was put the sun on the ground. They put life on the ground and deem your God to the earth forever, nigga, as a magnetic pole. Because they know the truth is, he do. Let me show you. Let me get out. Let me show you. Let me show talking about. Let me show what I'm talking about. See this? The sun is indeed a unified single source of life and energy of our solar system. And it literally, in literal sense, it is all in one powerhouse that holds everything together. So whatever force it is that's causing things to rotate on their pivots or whatever's going on is held together by what? By who? By God, the Son. But these people gonna come up with some kind of magnetism, some kind of magnetic pole that is causing the stars in the universe to pivot. See, that's the fuck shit. What magnetism? You ain't found it yet, but I found it. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you. I found it. See? And then they said it contains 99.8%. No, it contains 100% of the matter, and it holds everything together. And it holds everything together. Gravity. Ain't no gravity. Disrespect. If the sun holding together, how you gonna come up with gravity? Disrespect, you disrespecting the sun. You just said what hold it together. What's pulling, what's pushing, it's doing whatever it need to do all by itself. All by itself. Then try to take some energy and get energy of 0.1%. All the energy comes from the source. Wrong answer. Thought I was a sweet lick. Wrong motherfucker. You wrong. Anytime they disrespect this, I'm gonna bust their ass. I'm gonna bust them because you disrespecting. You just said it holds everything together as one. He the mama, the son, the father, the spirit, the boats. Anything you say solar belong to him because he the solar. Why you think you niggas got gold crowns? Because his halo is gold, not red like that sun over there. But this shit. Now once they now they holding the weight of the sins of the northerners. All that dirt they done did, now they gonna use your morals and ethic to wash themselves clean by sacrificing a goat or sacrificing the sacrificial lamb. So they esoterically did all this shit. Because they got to do it esoterically because they don't know shit. They corrupting your knowledge. They corrupting your shit. See, I got some screen. I got so many screenshots down. I write on to go so far. I write on. See, this is where they come latitude lines in. Latitude, north to south. That's on flat Earth though. You ain't going up to the sky. So latitude is not going up no water ball. It's going from the south side to the north side. See? On Earth, while altitude measures height above sea level. What? No, it don't. No, it don't. What they said? Oh, altitude. Yes, it do. I'm talking about that latitude shit. That latitude shit ain't no lines that's going motherfucking water ball, bro. Disrespecting Mother Earth now. See, you disrespecting the sun, then you start disrespecting Mother Earth. Only way you go up here on Mother Earth is on land, up a mountain, up a hill. You can't go uphill on no water in natural thoughts, bruh. That's northern thinking. You can't do that. Latitude lines goes across. From north to south, you ain't going up no water, bro. See, that disrespect. Passing the 43rd parallels moves you into the cooler climate zone, but does not change the elevation. Yes, it does, because that's that mountainous region. Once you get past that 43rd parallel, that's where them folk coming from. And they esoterically wrote a goddamn Jacob's ladder that went all the way to the heaven, where they can see the pearly gates of heaven and everything. The ancients ain't never said none of that shit. Land stays flat or risen into mountains based on local geology. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Let me get out of there. Let me get out of there. Let me get out of there. Cause I just want y'all to study the sun path. Once you study light, you gotta study the path. You know what I'm talking about? Let me start right. Let me get out of this start right here. An earth cross, a two-dimensional cross layout are net over Earth's surface, such as crazy. What is this right here? What is this right here? An earth cross, which is the sun cross, a two-dimensional cross layout or net of Earth's surface, such as an unfold map projection. Unfold, that's flat. Surface, that's flat. Transformed into a globe or sphere when its six outer arms are flapped or folded inward to join along their edges. What? 3D geometry. Folding a 2D cross map aligns the outer perimeter edges connecting planar coordinates into a 3D spherical shape. These motherfuckers is lifting the motherfucking earth up on a so-called polar axis, bro. But first of all, they take the source that does it and make it a magnetic rock and call it the Northpole, a magnetic mountain, and deem it to the center of the earth where they start creating a place called the North Pole. All that North shit bullshit. All that shit disrespecting the sun, because they just snatched the sun out of the sky and made their pivot point. But they made it off life itself because this is the true pivot point. It's the sun. The true pivot point and the true life and the true thing that hold all this shit together is the sun. They take it and dim it to the roof, and now they gonna do all the talking and shining and control motherfucker with religion, politically, and all that shit. That's what's going on. Because they really can't take 3D, because guess what 3D is? You the third dimension. All this axis talk. What about the time I know axis? They talking about axis because axis, they got that axis is something that's put in place that things rotate around. Rotating around the axis. So they're trying to figure out the universe and the stars and shit and see how they are rotating, so they create axes. This is where the axis talk come in. And you were the axis mundi. But we wasn't calling it axis mundi. This axis talk didn't come from us, bro. Everything they give you, you got to get back this axis talk. We gonna talk with axis, but that ain't our talk. That ain't how our ancient people talked about this shit, bro. The sun is the true pillar of this shit. The sun is the true axis and pillar of how everything works and it's held together. Whether they want to be magnetism, radiation, whatever you call it, it come from the sun. Whatever it holding in place, the sun is doing it. Ain't no pole doing it. The sun is the North Pole according to them, because they took that black disc out that sun and put it on the ground and called it a goddamn magnetic rock and started making compasses point towards the center and said it was in the center of the earth, and you ain't found it yet because they've been bullshitting the whole time. It unfair, man, don't play. The Z-axis, that's you. Anything on the surface with height becomes a Z-axis. And the axis mundi is what connect the sky, the skies, the stars, and the spirits. That goes back to that right there, that's the first tier, the third tier, however you look at it. Then the surface is gonna be the earthly realm, the surface, sea level. That's where you get your horizontal line that creates the underworld. The underworld is not created in the ground or in the water. It's created when the suns go out your view and appears to be disappearing underneath the horizon line that is made by the water. The water make the horizon line. That's why it's called horizontal. The horizontal line is made by what? The horizon comes up on the water, and you see the line of the water is always 360 degrees. Wherever way you look, it's flat. That's what all right. And so once the sun disappears up on the horizon, that creates the third tier, which is the underworld. Now, this is what everybody on earth want to know, the path of the sun, the path of life. Motherfuckers following the light, studying the light. And while you studying the light and trying to figure it out, you gain so much motherfucking knowledge as you track the path of this sun. They come up with all kind of concepts. Newt swallow the sun up. It goes through the underworld and travels back under the ground, or it travels back through the waters and emerges again to be resurrected again and again and again. This is your creation story, your erection story, your rebirth story. This is all these stories that you're religiously tied to, and they talking about the source of life. Every last one of them. Personifying themselves as the sun. Mythologically making themselves the sun. Making parables and allegories, making themselves the sun. But they tracking the sun, bro. And every time they disrespect it, I'm gonna point it out and show it to you. You the third dimension. Nigga say one time, where the height come from, you? How tall you is, nigga, to my where the fuck the height come from? How tall you is, nigga, you standing on the platform. You 4 feet, you 3 feet, you the height, you the third dimension, and that's the Z-axis. Remember that. Remember that. So this shit already, you the third dimension entities upon the earth. You make it 3 in between the heavens and the earth. anything with height on it, that's the third dimension. The height between the upper tier and the surface, nigga. So you are the third dimension, nigga. And it's called the Z-axis, nigga. See, I want y'all niggas to go look behind me. Fuck what you think about me. I'm gonna bring this truth to your ass. I want you niggas to go check behind me. See, I ran a lot of niggas out like that. Cause they can't go check and come back and bust my head, though. Like I be busting these motherfucking northerners' head, though. My nigga called them hunter-gatherers. Every time I gotta do is look at the disrespect of the sun, he gonna bust them. Can't let these niggas disrespect God, boy. Huh? So you are the third dimension. But guess what's gonna become the third world and a new world order? This globe that they create. I'm showing you how they created this motherfucker. So the first thing, they took the life source, they held everything together with the magnetism or whatever was held together, it was held together by the sun. They took the sun, the melanated the hidden source of life, the light, Amen, the one you pray to, the Heavenly Father, Amen, Amun. They took him and deemed him to this spot on the earth and said it was a magnetic rock, a mountain, and gave it the degrees and everything. But they making this shit up. Why? Because they're liars and they're northerns and they don't get no light. So these are the sinners. And the way that they sins got to be forgiven in their mind. Shout out to my nigga Roll That Corn. See? And guess how they do it? They do it with that same earth cross. That's the same earth cross that they gonna put on Jesus' back and make him carry. See, I don't be want to do this shit like this, cause I don't be want, but I got to give it to y'all, man. I got to give it to y'all in a real way. See, they take that same earth cross that I'm telling you. Once you cross that motherfucker, this is gonna be the path of the sun. When you cross it, they crossing it with the path of the sun going from east to west. 23.5 in the north side. See, you create a north when you do that. See, when you make that line, you create north and south. And it's on flat. And they gonna try to stand you up and make you be standing sideways on a goddamn ball of water when you are the third dimension to this shit, nigga. You the Z-axis, nigga. You standing up on your ankle, nigga, at a living perpendicular upon the top of the earth, soil. And when they stand that bitch up, they erect that bitch, and that's the pole. I'm finna show you what they did, not esoterically wrote you out your shit. You ain't got no bit. If you don't believe in Santa Claus no more, you need to let the whole concept of the North go. Because these are the deceivers and the sinners of the world. These the people who sinned against the divine God's jewels, the jewels of God, the jewels of nature, the ones who growing crops and feeding and tilting the soil and growing life and eating life, fruits and vegetables, sustaining life and taking care of all the life upon the earth. How the fuck we sinning? We ain't doing no sinning. They doing the sin. I don't need him to come and forgive me for shit. I'm being violated. You trespassed upon my land. But now you want to write, please forgive the trespassers if we forgive the treasure. Then change to the debt and debtors. We had to forgive your debt too. Because y'all owe us. I'm talking about the north, east, and the south. All y'all play games with nature's original divine people. That's what the fuck going on in this world. And so in order for them to wash their sins away, they transfer their sins into goats. Ain't that right, Masons? Y'all do anything wrong, go kill 200,000 folks and go right up in your lodge and ride the goat, transfer all your evenness into that goat, and then sacrifice him through the blood, cut his neck off. Ain't that right, Jay-Z? Ain't that why you and that bitch holding them goddamn horns together and blood sacrificing goats and shit? Ain't that why Jesus become the sacrificial lamb to forgive you motherfuckers of your sins? He ain't forgiving us for no sins. We ain't the sinners. He ain't got to forgive me. We ain't did shit. Everything been done sinful on this earth, it been done unto us. But these people y'all listening to, all the religions y'all wrapped up into and all that shit come straight up off that north side. The Mediterranean Sea is in the north. That's where they start creating that goddamn pole at. But it ain't there. Why it ain't there? You can't go out into the middle of the ocean and find it. You can't ride around the backside of no water, because ain't no backside of the water, because the backside of the water is the goddamn bottom of the ocean. See? See? Ain't no land masses back there. See, that's how I'm a goddamn, I'm a bust Japan, Hawaii, and Australia, because they sitting in Pacific, and they don't even know where the fuck to sit themselves at no more. Y'all ain't paying no attention. You got them on the run and don't even see it. You got these hoes running from you. But you got to be mentally, have the mental capacity to see these hoes trying to change this shit up because of this. They trying to change this shit up because of this. They done did this shit too long on the motherfuckers, bro. So when they raised that Earth cross up, now they trying to say this was gonna make this third dimension. It was gonna make you think this globe is the third dimension of the world, and go to spinning this bitch in your face every day, all day, until you just get wrapped up and think you spinning on the ball. But they didn't raise this cross up off the Earth cross, which is the sun cross. Right. Man, we ain't doing no play. And I do this shit by my motherfucking self. I ain't up by my motherfucking self. Talk to my motherfucking self and everything. Because this is my therapeutic session. That's what I'm trying to show you. I don't give a fuck. Grab this shit. You looking at the sun disc on this motherfucking, on this motherfucking thumbnail and to put on him. But you ain't got they wait on no eclipse. All you got to do is get your ass up like your ancient ancestors used to do in Greek God when he's coming over that horizon in the morning from the east, not from no northeast, not from no Japan over there with no red flag, red sun on their flag. That shit represent blood, war, and Mars. That's not our sun. That's not the rising sun. Esoterically killing you. No signs and symbols. That's why it's important to start at this sun and don't never take the sun out of it. Even as you go to start studying it, never forget. Never forget the first solar eclipse I showed out. Recorded in stones. It got so many earth rings in it. It got so many sun. Let me show you. Hold on, what that is. Distortion reduction, unfolding globes into a cross-shaped net reduced. Hold on, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go show you how these rings. I got them. I don't want to really be going back there for. I'm gonna show you how these rings on this line. The first recorded eclipse, known eclipse. The first recorded known eclipse. That was 3,340 BC. See, that's when that was. I gotta go back too far. I just want to show it to you though. Huh? Here it is right here. It's all good. I'm coming up on the right hand. Boom. Pull up in there. Pull up in that bitch. I can't find it, y'all. I can't go no further than that. I can't go no further than that. Where it at? I know I got it. Well, fuck it. Y'all just look it up. The Earth, the first recorded eclipse. The first recorded eclipse, and they represent the sun having so many back bad. Let me see. I might have went too fast. I might have erased that. We far back. Yeah, I did too much. It should have been right on. For life. Glued up in this bitch. That ain't right there. Look. Look, babe. That's the first recorded solar eclipse. Earth. Y'all think these folks over here in Great Britain did this? These folks that are over here now, the ones who came and told and conquered and enslaved and did all that shit. That's all bloodline shit. And look at all them rings. Look at all them rings. Why they represent the sun with all them rings and that last ring inside that motherfucker? That's a very important ring. So that's the one the poles that lined up in center with when they make the magnetism of the earth. This the ring they trying to center because this is what they didn't put on the ground. They put this melanated disc right here on the ground and call it Northpole. And now they want to say that the magnetism from the center point of this sun is controlling the heavens, and it's the pivot point. This is how they created their pivot point, by snatching the sun, the life source, out of the sky and putting it on the ground and calling it a magnetic rock that will eventually turn from solarius, soul, to polarius. Then this is how everything become polar. Polar bears and poles and shit. Ain't no motherfucking pole, man. Ain't no Polaris. These folks making this shit up off your shit. They making they shit up off your shit when they God is the moon. They God is the moon named Mani, M-A-N-I. They got they life source is the moon. Secondary recycled solar energy that been recycled and transferred down to the earth in the mountains from the moon. They life source is the moon, bruh. They are not solar cosmic beings. That's why they mad at you. The so-called pineal glands they got cannot hold enough melatonin to even communicate cosmically with God. You did? Because he ain't got no linguistics. The word come from his workers. The words come from the jewels of God. The workers who tilled in the soil, that's where the alphabet and words came from. God talked to you through the energy, bro. Through the pineal. And Jacob knows that shit. That's why Jacob made that motherfucking letter to me. He going up to heaven. See, they took that concept, axis mundi. When you go out and get up on them platforms, them mounds, when you go get up on them mounds and greet the sun in the morning out through there, they call it axis mundi. But it was just a central pillar that we stood upon to make us elevate and be closer to God and become one with the upper tier, the lower tier, and the underworld. You become the sole connection between the three tiers, and the three tiers is the cosmology of the ancient, and they ain't said nothing about no motherfucking globe, period. I'm showing you how they created that motherfucker. In real life, I'm showing you niggas. Somebody else will get this credit later on. That's how they do old tiger. I don't give no fuck, because I just want the truth out there. Yo, I don't give no fuck. I just want that. I'm showing you how they created this bitch. That's what I'm showing you. I'm showing you how they created this globe, bro. So that's the end of them creating the globe by dimming the sun down to the earth, the source of life, and then saying this is a magnetic pole within inside of it in the center, that these stars in the sky are rotating in magnetism. The magnetism of this motherfucker holds it together. But in reality, it does hold it together. But up there in that sky, not down here on this ground, there's a magnetic mountain that's been deemed Earth by some northerners who's sun, who had to migrate from northwest to over to northeast to even survive because the sun wasn't getting their ass no light. That's how I know that's what Antarctica had. That's how I know there's a land you don't want to see. That's why y'all got them restrictions right here to this day till a nigga can't fly over there. You used to say it was too goddamn cold for an airplane and you fly over that bitch. And then now you got a sheet of ice that you call the North Pole that don't fit inside the 90th parallel. It's too big to fit inside the circumference of the 90th parallel. Yeah, but you know, I'm just a dumb contrary ass nigga. I'm not playing though. I don't do no today. Finna show you. I'm gonna show you. I found the North Pole. I'm gonna show you. When they say found out, I'm gonna show you the pole. So I might get fucking mad at all kind of shit. I don't get no fuck. Y'all just gonna be. This how they got rid of all their sins. And now got you thinking you the one got sins away. You ain't did shit to no goddamn body. They came and took your codes and went against nature. And made goddamn looking at the sun, saying anything about the sun is demonist and paganist, anything got to do with growing agriculture and then having crops and shit. Why you think they came over here and went in on all the farmers and raised war on the trees? They raised war against nature, man. That's what these folks did, and esoterically hid behind this shit and knowing they don't like the sun or none of us, or none of the sun's people. That's the Negro bloodline that I'm trying to show y'all today. Distortion reduction, unfolding the globe into a cross shaped out, reduces map distortion. Reduces map distortion. No, it don't. It fuck up the map distortion. Stretching and sharing across continents compared to traditional rectangular projections. But we ain't gonna stop that. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss something I want. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss nothing I want. Cause I got so many motherfucking screens, so I gotta make sure I don't miss nothing I want. Y'all, they lift this cross up. Okay, go back. Boom. You're pointing out that the Earth's 23.5 tilt isn't just a random astronomical accident. It sure ain't. Everything is a calculated step. These motherfuckers, you understand me? I'm 23.5. Yeah, they're 23.5. She Capricorn. I'm Cancer. These are tropical. These the tropics. This the tropical Cancer and the tropical Capricorn. This is the path of the sun. And the sun don't go around no water ball around no world. It comes across the earth cross from one end to the other end. That's it, that's all. From one end to the other end. Ain't no wrapping around. It just disappears and go to the underworld. And this is how they be able to give you the illusion of this three-dimensional ball and make you not be three-dimensional and make the globe become the third world three-dimensional source of the earth. The water gonna contain the earth instead of the earth containing the primordial waters that we raised up out of, and life was sustained upon the earth. See, this the trick. You'll never figure it out if you keep following and believing what the fuck they talking about, bro. I ain't the one. I relieve rappers just like Tylenol, and they know it, so I don't see why they keep trying to front and stunt on me. I ain't going. I ain't gonna let my folk go neither. You're pointing out that the Earth's 23.5 tilt isn't just a random astronomical accident. It represents the physical angle of the cross being carried on a shoulder when you look at it through that lens. The alignment breaks down like this. See, for a long time I've been watching my Jesus walk. And when he walked, they made him put that cross on his shoulder. That cross would be the earth cross, y'all. That cross will be him holding the weight of the sinful ways of the northerners that come down and perpetrate as being the holy ones. See, they done took control of a doctrine that they can't uphold because they're not divine people. They done went against all the rules and regulations and morals and concepts of all the codes of ethic that we have already put in the world. We're abiding and obedient to the laws that we have already created. And they can't uphold it because the things they doing to get in power go against all the ethics that we put in place. So this is how they gonna wash their sins away and then say, hey, it's all good. We start over, start fresh. Now we holy. By sacrificing what? By blood sacrifice. And why you think they blood sacrifice? To clear their conscience. But their conscience don't sit where our conscience sit. Our conscience sit in that melanated disc of life. See, that's life consciousness. That's the portal back to the afterlife. That's where your information and all that shit come from. The seat of your soul, your consciousness. That's what beat your ass up when you do something wrong. You ain't got to do nothing until you're going to beat yourself up because you conscious That's what you did was wrong, and it's gonna eat your ass up. That's what eat your ass up, your conscience. And they don't have one, bro. They don't have God consciousness. They put God consciousness down here on the ground and made believe that he's a magnetic rock to start their bullshit. Ain't no polarities, ain't no pole. But if it become one, the earth cross gonna be the pole. 23.5. Huh? The earth cross as the frame unfolding a globe into a flat 4-point cross layout creates the literal cross. But guess what it said it was? It said it was an equilateral. That's the equilateral. That's the equator. That's the sun path, the equilateral. That's why you got an imaginary equator. The sun ain't imaginary. The path of the sun ain't imaginary. But now you get this imaginary line that goes all the way around the water, the back of the ball when we stand this hoe up. When we disrespect the sun and disrespect Mother Earth and stand the whole earth up and make it a ball. Every time you disrespect the sun, I got to get you. I got to get you. So 23.5 and 23.5 north and 23.5 south, which would be Capricorn, melanated yellow there. You understand me? That's the inside of the sun path. Then you got subtropical areas that reaches out to the 35th parallel, north and south. Then you add 8 more parallels on both ways. That covers all the lands. That means God loved all the lands. The Americas and Africa. This is path. That covers all the lands. But now you got these people that want to play. That think they sit on top of your head because they up in these mountains, can't see the horizon. This when you're gonna get the steps of Eurasia. Europeans, Asians, and Africans, all of them together on this, all of them against you, nigga. All of them against the divine. This is how they come back down. When they eventually start coming down, they targeting all the earthworks and all the civilization that you done created on this earth as the melanated Negroes, the divine God children on this earth. You ain't had to be chosen. You were born divine. You ain't had to choose. You were born divine. You were born in abundance. That's automatic and common sense that you is chosen, but he ain't had to choose because it is what it is. But now they got to make themselves a chosen one after they kill your bloodline off and take your earthworks and take your knowledge and corrupted it and this was the beginning of this goddamn globe or this world that you live in now. This the truth. So once you hit that 43rd, back this way, they don't even care about it no more. The motherfuckers is in the south, in the southern hemisphere, is using the coordinates to move around. Oh, what the fuck they saying in the north, how that work? The south end should have their own start they looking at in their own coordinates and how they move and how they navigate. But everybody navigating to this north shit now. And now all of a sudden is boats traveling up water, going up to a pole that they created right here in the center of the so-called earth where they created this pole and put the sun right here. Now you got to raise it up and now all of a sudden everybody looking up and thinking they going up water. North is going up in altitude. Latitude lines are going up instead of across over here, back over here. Walk back, forth and forth. Hey, that's how you walk, nigga. Yo, back, before you don't walk up no fucking water ball, bro. Ain't no boat gonna float up no water ball, bro. We'll fuck about that gravity shit, all that boy just showed all that shit bullshit. Give me that 0.1 back, that gravity, give me that little energy you took, that 0.1. It's 100% the sun, nigga. That will hold this bitch together. Fuck your gravity and fuck trying to take any energy and claim it's to be some other than a resource from the sun, the sun source, nigga. Don't play with it. You play with it, I gotta come see you. I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. It represented a figure. Then it said, goddamn, the layout creates a literal cross. When that cross is wrapped back into a sphere, the main vertical and horizontal axis from the structure spine of. I'm finna go to it. I know I got it. Why? I go all the way back to this bitch. I'm showing you what they did. I'm showing you how they created this shit. I'm showing you how they created this shit. This was the creation of this shit. I'm showing it to you in real time. This shit. Huh? What that shit? You put this shit out there. The angle of the carry. What this is, it said the structural spine of the map. The structural spine. The map was flat. Remember, all the maps were flat. You got these motherfuckers goddamn talking about, I'm talking about NASA, militaries and everything, make their calculations about this Earth, a flat stationary plane right now. The ones who goddamn traject missiles and trying to hit their targets and all that shit. They don't use all this bullshit to bust niggas up. They made their calculation according to a flat station. So they bust heads when they trying to bust heads. They ain't goddamn taking this mythological ass, fake ass North shit into no consideration when they doing their calculations. And you don't put it into no consideration neither. But this is how design. The angle of the carry. In classical art and iconographic, a person carrying a cross over their shoulder holds it at a diagonal tilt, roughly 20 to 30 degrees off center to balance the weight while walking. Huh? Bring your ass back up and who that was. Fuck the angle of the carry. What? In classical art, so you got to know your art signs and symbols when you're dealing with esoteric motherfuckers, bro. Huh? Carrying a cross over their shoulder holds it at a diagonal tilt. These motherfuckers finna tilt Mother Earth like a popsicle stick. What the fuck they got going on? Roughly 20 to 30 degrees off center to balance the weight while walking. What's the weight? What's the weight we holding? He holding the weight of their sins. He's carrying the weight of the northern sin for the sinning they have done culturally. These are culture sins. These are not individual sins, bro. Your culture wasn't bothering nobody. You went to desert regions and brought water to the bitch. You ain't did nothing wrong. Your culture was not sinning. We ain't talking about you slapped the nigga and you cussed and not. No, we talking about earthly sins. These people sinned against nature's people, dog. So now they create their Jesus and he's carrying their weight of their sinfulness. So they need a sacrifice. They just gonna make one big sacrifice and get rid of all their sins and all the things. They done burnt crosses in your yard. They done took all the earthworks and claimed to be their craters of civilization. All the melanated people that built those earthly works were annihilated, executed, exiled, fucked over, all the way till they got all the way back to the true divine holy land and enslaved us on our own shit, hanging us from trees, splitting us with horses. See, this sin. And they gonna wash it away with one sacrifice. Because they transfer their evil ways into the animal. And once they transfer their evil ways into the animal, they sacrifice that animal and let that blood leak. That's the sacrifice. To purify your mind and get that shit off your conscience. Because y'all motherfuckers are the killers. Y'all motherfuckers are the sinners, nigga. And now you got us around acting like we savages. That's why I can never sign my name on no dotted line to my no rap shit. Bitch ass niggas. Y'all hoes did the sinning. And now you got the weight of your world of sin on his shoulder as he carried the cross across the earth. Yeah, he went north to south in Levant in the body, but he is emulating the sun's path. And this is where you're going to make everything be equal. Everybody was created equally. We weren't created equal, bitch. This is where you're gonna make laws for mankind, and mankind alike is only one human, divine human upon this earth. And bitch, you hate me, cause I know who I am, and I don't know who the fuck you is. We ain't created equal. This equator supposed to make it equal, huh? Your Jesus walk supposed to make it all better, right? You ain't paid for your sins yet, and I ain't got nothing for the sinfulness you done for me, bitch. I'm slaving every day. Bitch, fuck you. With a passion, bitch. Straight up. Let me keep going, bro. I be on this. What the fuck that said? I ain't read the rest of that shit. I ain't read the rest of that shit. But they gonna be saying the same thing, cause the truth don't change. The truth don't need no motherfucking help. It ain't gonna bend, but it can fold. Huh? I messed that up. I supposed to read that shit. Stand globe up and on the orbital plane, it doesn't sit straight upright at 90 degree perpendicular angle. It leans over at 23.5, matching the exact posture of the angle of someone carrying a heavy cross on their back. What? In short, you're looking at the Earth's axial tilt not as a random collision in space, but as a direct physical design where the planet itself is positioned like a cross being carried through the heavens. Esoteric. Now let's go esoteric on their ass. They wrote this shit in these synagogues in the northeast. The secret. They know they had the secret between the blacks and Jews. Now the secret between the Japs and the Jew. See, I've been popping this shit along. Y'all just don't get it. Y'all don't get it goddamn for it's over with. I'm gonna leave it here for a nigga to get it. A nigga gonna take it and walk with it. See, they get it. They get it. Boom. Let's get it. Oh, you wanna play now? See that? There go the Northpole, y'all. There go the Earth cross. And then they shorten the lands up on the north end of it. Y'all ain't got no lands. Why it's so short on that end? Why it's so short on that end? You ain't got no lands. Why the cross so short on that end? You ain't got no lands to represent the rest of the lands. Just cut off by some mountains and all the lands is down here. That's what you're trying to tell me, right, Chill? And then that motherfucker come from this way, coming from east to west, northeast to down to South America, the route you traveled when you came over here and found paradise. But I'm saying, this is your magnetic pole that you'll never find right here. This is the earth cross. This is the earth being lifted up, and you not no longer being the axis mundi, or the third dimensional inhabitant that goes with the three-tier cosmology of the sun and your ancestors and the knowledges you put forth astronomically, astrology, and lining these mounds and pyramids up to face certain celestials and solstices in the earth. You did all that before these folks even got hold to your shit. You been did all this shit. Now they can't live up to your standards. Now they want to be forgiven for trespassing on your shit. You forgave them for that. Now you want to forgive the ones who got you in debt. Your debt is to be a sinner, which you is not the sinner. But now you born in the sin. A child born in the sin, when he come out of his mama's womb now, you owe these hoes forever now. That's enslavement forever, nigga. But they cool. They did all the sinning, and this would get them out of this would get them out of there. He holding the weight of the north and the sin on his shoulder with a golden halo. You know why that halo gold? Cause that's the sun aura, nigga. That's why all crowns gold, nigga. But it come from that black melanated disc, the hidden one that they esoterically never want you to find out about. Don't look at it, they're gonna blind you, bitch. I've been looking for 15 years and I see. That's why I'm popping, because I see. I'm popping on y'all ass, because that's the pole right there, y'all. Y'all been looking for the North Pole all these years, say you couldn't find it. But goddamn unfair is showing you the pole. They lifting the and erecting the earth into the sky. And you can't get to the end of the earth now because it's a spherical ball of water. Not be able to get to the end of the earth. Why they pop a G like me like that, huh? Why they pop me like that? Why you fucking with my lie like that? Huh? I ain't did nothing. Why you fucking with a G? That's strange. Why y'all fucking with my shit? I don't do no pop some real shit. What you talking about? Fuck my whole life go out like that for? Cause I ain't through. I've been waiting to do this live. I've been waiting to do this live. I ain't lying. I've been waiting to do this live. I'm gonna come back and bust up the segments and do my little funny, do my little funny shit. But I'm that shit right here. See, I'm dead serious right here though. See, the reference line. See, the twice I told you, 23.5, in between both of them, 23.5 is the hottest area of the tropical area, and that's the sun's path. That's the path of the sun to go across the earth. The earth crosses originally the sun cross. See, and that's the path. And that's the path he walking. And as he doing that, he gonna forgive all them sinners of their sins with a blood sacrifice. And everything gonna be okay. And then they gonna write God's word for you forever. And they gonna become the light, and the light gonna become a torch. And now you gonna be scared to look at the sun while they telling you a torch is the light bearer, a statue of liberty with a torch. The torch is your torture. They're gonna torture you forever. You're gonna enslave and work for these bitches forever as you importantly import your resources to them, hand your resources over willingly. Cause your mind been corrupted of who the fuck you are and what the fuck you supposed to be protecting and what the fuck you supposed to be standing up for. Your shit. They on your shit. They done ran you all the way back off every civilization you created back home, and then it made it all the way back up here onto the Holy Land to make us suffer every day on our own shit. Y'all crazy, bro. The reference line, the 23.5 angle, is a measurement between Earth's rotational axis pointing out of the North Pole. Pointing out of the sun that's on the ground. What North Pole? I just showed you the pole. Towards Polarius, ain't no Polarius, it's Solarius. It's a solar system. What pole? I just showed you the pole. Now the star gonna be called Polarius, the North Star. That shit don't exist. Don't put your name on top of our shit. That ain't what we call this shit, bitch. And life perpendicular to the plane of Earth's orbit around the sun. So everything is orbiting around the sun like we first had it when you first got our shit. Cause the sun is what holding everything together. No gravity, no extra energy. The sun is the source that holds this shit together, right? The earth crossing the sun cross coincides because the sun make love to the earth and create life that come about those primordial waters, which is 100% of the earth's ocean. Not 97% of the earth ocean. You can't get 3% and go to holler about the Arctic and Antarctic, and 3% of this water is 100% water. Ain't no Arctic or Antarctic. Y'all niggas up in them cold ass mountains. That's it, that's all. Fuck your water basin. Fuck what you talking about. And get my sun back up in that sky where it's supposed to be. And lay my goddamn earth back down. And leave Mother Earth the fuck alone. And let us go to tend into this earth and growing our crops and living our life like we were doing before we encountered y'all bitches. That's what I'm talking about. See, Polarius. Ain't no pole. I'm showing you the pole. I showed you who created it. I showed y'all every step of how they created this shit because I've been backtracking and hashtagging and reversing their ass for a good little minute. Huh? To the plane of the Earth's orbit around the sun. Global impact because the rotational axis goes directly through the center of the planet. What planet? Where did it come from? It's Earth. Oh, now you finna alley-oop a nigga. You finna make a ball of water and throw it up in the sky and alley-oop and just let it spin until you figure out like a Harlem Globetrotter. You're just gonna please spin me on your little finger and your little axis there. Bitch, I'm axis Mundi, ho. And I stand upon the mountain and greet my God every day when he come over that horizon from the east. Bitch, and stare right into it. And I can see the melanated disc inside of it with my own two eyes. Then I close it, my third eye. He be right there in my third eye with my eyes closed still there. Because he don't leave all kind of radiated energy for me to know that he still walk on me every day. That will make me reverence and illuminated for that day. I'm looking at him now, my eyes closed. Y'all better stop playing with me. See, y'all think a nigga ain't divine. How you do all that cussing shit? Y'all niggas ain't walking the path, though. I walk this shit. Rotational axis goes directly through the center of the planet, both north and south poles lean together at the same tight tilt and all this. And then the North Pole got the same weather conditions as the South Pole. And they talking about that land they migrated from, that God didn't get no shine. That's why we know where Antarctica at and where you bitches at. And when a nigga get enough power, we ain't gonna have to have no nuclear bombs, all that fake ass shit y'all talking about. Bitch, we gonna go to war. I'm gonna be just like Missouri, y'all want to show me. That's why y'all have to keep the young niggas' minds messed up till they get too old where they gonna put them in your military. Man, y'all. Shout out to the Northeast for being strategic with their enslavement. Shout out to you niggas. I'm just finna pop now. I ain't got the reference of the measurement between the earth rotation and the shit point. All right, nigga. Let me go on. I ain't got time now. Because I just showed y'all the North Pole. That was the basis of me coming on this bitch to show y'all the North Pole. Let me thorn through some of this shit. That is North Pole Global Impact. Why they keep showing me the same screenshot, fam? What y'all doing? I just don't want to go. I want to move forward. Let me move on forward. Let me hit something else. Oh, they done messed my shit up. They done fucked my shit up. They keep giving me the same screenshot, fam. They probably done hit this channel, fam. They keep showing me the same motherfucking screenshot, fam. I done went to goddamn several different screenshots, fam. Why they won't let me show my screenshots? See, now I got to come back and pop. Okay, boom. But I want to go back to where I was, though. Y'all just going to make me not do what I want to do. I want to see these screenshots that I'm trying to pull up. Y'all won't let me see. Boom. Herb Mary, same one. Go back. Because I'm going to stay on y'all there. Y'all know I'm going to stay on y'all there. I want to see what they're doing. What they say? They won't put that one up, though. Okay, we'll be done with that bitch. Let me go back over now. I guess they is gonna handle my ass. Put that one up there. Pow. Put that one up there. I can't put that one up there neither. Boom. Let me go back and try to do it like this and like that and like this and all then. Okay, they won't let me do that. They done took control of the other spaceship. They don't even let me pop my shit. Let me see how they let me move forward. They won't let me move forward. I'll be back to pop some more shit. I just showed y'all that North Pole, man. Why that motherfucker won't let me goddamn pop, though? Damn, they won't let me pop. They won't let a G pop, bro. Ain't that so? They won't let me pop my shit. Damn, I let them knock me out the box. I let these monkey ass motherfucker knock a G out the box. Put it back right there. They won't let me go with my screenshot, y'all. But anyway, I can goddamn freestyle this shit from here on that. And so once they got there, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna come back and show. Fuck that. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna goddamn part to this bitch. I'm gonna come back and show you that he walks the path. That what they want me to put up him. Goddamn, Gemini, you had bitch shit like that. Cause that was the next thing I'm going to. I'm gonna show you the path that he walked from east to west and forgave them hoes of their sins. That was a sacrifice. Yeah. That what they want to show. I'm gonna show you esoterically. This is what the fuck they talking about. I'm gonna show you. I'm coming back to show you. I'm gonna come back and show you. Truth don't need no motherfucking help, man. Shit ain't gonna be. Let me see this motherfucker. Let me see what I got down here where they show some of these screenshots. I'm gonna show you. See, they won't even let me show my screenshot, fam. They don't even let me show my screenshot, fam. What the fuck? I don't talk to them. I talk to myself. I can't talk. I want to take this channel too, like y'all just took the order. I ain't doing what talking to myself. God damn, I gotta start telling motherfuckers how to do something to them, man. It's all love. It's comedy over here, man. This is a comedy channel, man. This nigga ain't talking about it. It's just a little comedy channel, man. Nigga just popping. Nigga just popping. Nigga just a little comedy channel, man. It's all. Y'all ain't gotta do all that to a G. Y'all ain't gotta do all that. They won't even put that up, though. Damn, let me go, man. Go see what's going on. Truth don't need no help, though. You ain't gonna bend and break no motherfucking fold. The son don't need no help. I said, boom. That motherfucker took my screenshots.